Monday, 25th of September, 1978, San Diego. It's around 9 a.m. in the morning, and the sky is clear and blue. Members of the media are attending an outdoor press conference. Staff photographer Hans Wendt is taking photos for the San Diego County Public Relations Office. Nearby, cameraman Steve Howell is filming the event for Channel 39. Suddenly, burning debris, like small balls of fire, come falling from the sky and rain down on the city. Steve Howell begins to film. Moments later, a large passenger plane is seen flying low, its right wing in flames. Hans Wendt takes two infamous shots of the plane before it hurtles to the ground and explodes upon impact. The crash was over in a moment, but the true horror of what had just happened had yet to be seen. What Hans Wendt and Steve Howell witnessed and documented was the final moments of an overhead collision. PSA Flight 182 collided with a Cessna light aircraft as it was descending and about to land at Lindbergh Field, which is now San Diego International Airport. The onboard Flight 182 black box recording captured both the sound of the impact and the reactions of the flight crew during the final moments. The black box recording has never been made publicly available, although the control tower audio has.
22 is hurdling.
Seconds. The tone, the time.
Tower, we're going down. This is PSA. Okay, we'll call the equipment for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, baby.
The tone, the time will be.
In total, 144 people were killed, 2 on the Cessna, 135 on Flight 182, and 7 people on the ground at the impact zone. At the time, this was the deadliest crash in aviation history. Hans Wendt, Steve Howell, and other members of the media immediately made their way to the crash site at North Field. The San Diego Fire Department also dispatched around 60% of its firefighters to the scene. The crash site at North Field was horrific. The area was filled with dismembered bodies and gore. One witness claimed he saw an alley filled with just arms, legs, and feet. The media filmed and photographed the grisly aftermath, showing flesh and limbs on the roofs of nearby houses and trees. Only 4 bodies were left intact: 2 flight attendants, 1 passenger, and First Officer Robert Fox. So what exactly happened to cause the collision? Captain James McFerrin contacted air traffic control in preparation for Flight 182's descent. Due to the clear, calm sky, ATC instructed the captain to switch from instrument-guided landing to visual flight landing rules. At 8:59 a.m., ATC warned the crew that Cessna 172 was close by. The Cessna was piloted by 2 pilots, Martin Casey Jr. and David Boswell. Boswell was practicing instrument-guided landing. At 9 a.m., Flight 182 confirms they can see the Cessna. However, around 40 seconds later, they lost visual contact. Is that the one we're looking at? Yeah, but I don't see him now. Okay, we had it there a minute ago. I think he's passed off to our right. For unknown reasons, the Cessna had changed its heading to 90 degrees, which put it directly in the same path as Flight 182. ATC assumed Flight 182 still had visual confirmation of the Cessna. Due to the angle that Flight 182 was descending, it was impossible for the crew to see the Cessna. At 9:01:28, the radar-triggered automated conflict alert alarm at Miramar ATC sounded, indicating an imminent collision between the 2 planes. The alarm continued for 19 seconds, while Miramar ATC informed the Cessna that there was another plane in the vicinity. Neither pilot listened to the warning, and Miramar ATC did not pass the warning to either Lindbergh ATC or Flight 182. At 9:01:47, as Flight 182 was banking, it overtook and hit Cessna 172 with its nose wheel. The Cessna hooked and flipped upside down, crashing into Flight 182's right wing. The Cessna was torn in half, causing its fuel tanks to rupture and explode, killing both on board. Flight 182 became uncontrollable, causing it to descend at a sharp right bank. The fuel tank also caught on fire. Less than 20 seconds after impact, Flight 182 hit the ground. Debris from the Cessna hit the ground over 1,000 meters northwest. An inquiry into the accident found that it occurred when the crew of Flight 182 lost sight of the Cessna and did not make that fact known to air traffic control. However, equal blame could also be applied to the pilots of the Cessna for ignoring Miramar ATC's warnings and unexpectedly changing angle. Blame could also be attributed to Miramar ATC themselves for not informing Lindbergh ATC or Flight 182 about the impending collision warning. Regardless, the mid-air collision was a tragic accident that should never have occurred. It has gone down in history as one of the most horrific air disasters of all time.